can put it down. Let me get it, please. I can't fly over the table now. Okay. Banana. Are you showing my face too? Can I show my face as the star of the shell? Okay, sorry, I'll show you something. So up here, this human, that's when you know that people have joined. So just look at me and make a signal just so I can know that somebody is there. I told my sister to join, so how many people are alive now? Okay. Almost there. Okay. Are you showing what I'm doing here? Show this part. Let me bring the fork. And oh. It's a brutal fight. Let me bring fork. You can put the phone down to get it. How many people are alive now? Still one. Okay. going to wash my hands. All right, if you're just joining this live video, today we're making banana cake. So what you've missed so far, I mashed the bananas and then I mixed the eggs into it. So I mashed 225 grams of bananas and I added 3 eggs and just mixed that together. So now I'm going to continue and go on with the next step. So the next thing, I want to measure out the rest of my ingredients, starting with the flour. So I'm going to measure out how many grams of flour we're using again. Okay, so 2 cups of flour, that's 240 grams of flour. I'll just measure that into here and then sift it later. It's hot though. I'm sweating a lot. I should be showing you the scale, right? So we're going to 240. So this is a recipe I've used many times, but because my brain, I tend to forget things a lot, so I've not crammed it, but I have it written down. I just follow it precisely every time I'm baking my banana bread. So there, 240. And then I'm going to measure the baking powder and the baking soda. Please let me get the measuring spoons. So this is the banana and the egg, the flour. I'll just sift my baking soda into it and move on. Measuring spoon. 1 teaspoon, and please hold on. Forgive the slight break in transmission. Okay. Let's go. We're back. All right, so I'm going to add to the flour 1 teaspoon of baking powder and then ½ teaspoon of baking soda. So just level it out like so, and then pour it into the flour, and then ½ teaspoon of baking soda. Okay, all right. Okay, so next to the mixture, I'm going to add the sugar, the oil, and all those other things. So I also need to measure this. Please can you get maybe 1/4? Is it 1/4? Half cup. Bring the half cup, please. All right. I'm back again. Like I never left, which I did leave. Okay. Okay. So now I'm going to mix in the vegetable oil and the sugar. So we're using 1 cup of sugar and 1 cup of vegetable oil. I'm going to look through my recipe again because I don't want to make any mistakes, and that tends to happen a lot when you're baking. So better to be safe than sorry. So 1 cup of sugar here. I feel like 1 cup is even a little too much, but I'm not going for extra sweets today. Is it raining? Sounds like it's raining. Can you look outside, please? Let me pack it. Thank you. So now 1/4 cup of 1 cup of vegetable oil. Just pour that straight in. Okay. So mix it into it. I don't want it to be too sweet today, so I'm going to reduce my sugar. I'm not using up to 1 cup. So this is about just less than 1 cup really. Pour that into it. So from this stage, I'll try not to over mix. Just once it combines, I'll stop mixing and then go in with the next one. So now I'm going to add my flavoring, some vanilla extract. I'll just do about 2 teaspoons of that. Mix that in. And cross check my recipe again to be sure I'm not forgetting anything. Okay, yes, we're good. So I've added the bananas, I added 3 eggs, and then mixed that together, and then I added the oil and sugar and vanilla extract, and now it's time to go in with the dry ingredients. There's one more ingredient I forgot to add here, so I'm just going to get my salt, just a pinch of salt. So there we go. That's about enough. Yeah. So I'm just going to go ahead and sift this into the mixture slowly. I'll go half first. Okay, and combine that. Okay, it's almost time for me to change the utensil because at this point it becomes more difficult to mix, but if you can handle it all the way through, that's fine. Also, I have the full recipe to this on my YouTube channel. Just search for my banana cake with oil. I think that's the title, and then you're good to go. Okay. So once it's mixed, I like to let my batter rest for about 10 minutes while the oven is preheating before, I start to bake. So just gently mix that. Okay. Just scrape that out and switch to the spatula so I can just fold it in instead. Okay. Thank you for joining my live video today. Please leave a comment and let me know your name, where you're watching from. So if you want your banana to be less chunky, you can absolutely just grind it up into like a puree with your blender or something like that, or your food processor. Make sure this can go close to this bit. All right, so now I'll just leave this here, clean up, and then go ahead to switch on the oven. So if you want, you can add some chocolate in there, just chop it up and pour it. I don't know, whatever it is you like to do to explore. All right. So now just preheat my oven. So this is a gas oven, therefore we don't have a regulator as we should. So I'm just going to bring it down to the lowest. So just turn down the knob to the very lowest. And then I always like to leave this rack here just to kind of reduce the impact of the heat from the bottom, and also move it away from the top as much as possible. So yeah, so basically, can you show the flame please? Is it? Okay, so there it is. So this is the highest. I'm just going to take it down to this for the top and the bottom. It will be difficult for it to the bottom one because of where it is, but there we go. So that way. So it's not at the middle, it's on the bottom, but then this layer is here to protect direct heat from the bottom. So just give that about 5 minutes, and let me check who's online. So this is my first live. I'm still trying to figure out how these things go, and I can see that there's someone there. So so please just tell me your name and where you're watching from. Oops, that was not the plan. And you can also ask a question if you're watching the recipe from the beginning. Okay, So I'm going to be using these 4 packs to bake them because it's easy to just bring out one pack and use it as a snack for the family and just pack it for my daughter to school and things like that. So I like to get this is the smallest size of the 4 pack. So I'm going to get about 4 or 5 depending on how I feel it. It might even be more depending on how I spread out the batter. So yeah, just waiting for my oven for about 5 more minutes and then we are good to go. I think this view is even nicer as well because I can see what I'm showing you and know what I need to adjust accordingly. I wonder who the second person is because I know who the first person is. Anyways, okay. Just clean it up. I'm trying to help you manage your time, so let me just go ahead and pour it. Time and money, time and money. Okay. So, So I also usually weigh it, and I find that 120 grams for this particular size of foil is the safest way to go because it doesn't rise too much and overpour in the pan. Can you see that? Yeah. Okay. So just bring it to 120. Oh well, I'm still in the range. Okay. Okay, so I just did that for everything really. Thanks for sticking around. Yeah, that one's perfect. So I don't do more than 120, but I can do less than 120, maybe 100 if I want it to go round and last a bit longer. Because once you take out one foil, it's going to finish. No one puts cake back in the fridge, right, to eat it later, except it's like a huge chunk. How am I doing on this live? Are you enjoying the video? Oops, that's way over. Okay. Okay. So if you don't want to use this, you can use the normal non-stick pans, but make sure you put the parchment paper or grease it with some butter or some flour. So put the butter first and then put the flour so that it won't stick and it's easy for it to take out of the pan once it's baked. If you like this video, please click the like button. I don't even know if you guys can hear me. Anyways, we'll find out later. I think I need one more. So yeah. Let me just get one more. here. Okay, this is the last one. Oh, already went one. So we're actually getting 8. Wow. Yeah, this is a full recipe, not half recipe. So yeah, definitely. Okay, so this is the very last one. Let me see if I can reduce that one that was above 120. Just give this one a little bit of a boost. I think it was this one. Yeah. So this extra one will be the one that will taste. Okay, so now we're going into the oven. Let me switch this back up. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's one more thing I usually like to do, which is to just slightly level it out like this and spread it so that it doesn't poof up too much at the middle. So yes, just do that. Or you can bang it against the table. But that sometimes is just way too dramatic. So just kind of wiggle it around and just shake it up to loosen the air bubbles and make that space in the middle. I think I didn't. Okay. Oops. Just washing my hands. So I'll just spread it out on this tray. Makes it easy for me to lift it out of the oven instead of taking out a single cake at a time and risking burning myself. Yeah, so we're going into the oven now. I'm not a perfectionist at all, I just want it to get the middle flame because my gas my burner ring or rod is in the middle. Okay, here we go. That's hot. So hot. So what do we do while we wait? What do you usually do on live while they're waiting? I guess people talk, but I'm not much of a talker, as you might have guessed. So I guess we just leave it here, right? And you guys can observe. I think the heat is a bit too high at the bottom, so I'm trying to reduce it. Can't see. Just a little bit more. Okay. So I'll set a timer, or I can't use my phone to set a timer now. So I'll look at the clock, and in 10 minutes, I'll be back to check it. So who's here? Who's here? Who's on this live? Okay, so I guess I'll just take a break and then we'll be back in the 10 minutes when it's ready and I'll show you. So come back in 10 minutes, or maybe I should stay on the live. Let me see. Well, I'll just post it on my what do you call it now? Reels, or my or my community page. Yeah, so I can post a picture there as well. But thank you for coming to my banana cake class today. So yeah, just wait there, keep it in the oven to bake, and put a toothpick in it when it's less jiggly at the top, and if it doesn't stick to the toothpick or the skewer, then it's ready. If not, you need to put it back inside until it cooks completely. So if you're using an electric oven, I didn't say that, if you're using an electric oven, make sure you put the temperature at 180 degrees Celsius and top and bottom heat, and then place it at the middle rack. Maybe I should show that as well. So this is my electric oven here. Yeah. Okay, so it doesn't have 180 on the top, so I usually just place this thing in the middle. The signal, what's this called? Anyways, what is channel where it's at, right? So place that in the middle. That's roughly 180, right? And then top and bottom. So this is for top and bottom. This is for only bottom. This is for top, and they're obviously off. And then this is the timer. So sometimes I just put the timer for the cake to like 25 minutes. But because I'm using a gas oven, and obviously I can't see through like I can see for this one, that's why I have to check it as often as possible. And yeah, so for the banana cake, I'll just take out this one, use only this one, and then just place it. I love to place the rack as close to the bottom as possible, because if it burns at the top, it won't it's more difficult to salvage, especially if it's a cake that you're eating from the top. I don't even know how to explain that, but yeah. And then the foil is already protecting at the bottom. There's nothing protecting it at the top, so if it burns at the bottom, I'm sorry, so there's less chance there, that's the word, there's less chance of the cake burning at the bottom. So there, since we're done. Thank you for coming to class today. See you on the next live where we do better. And yeah, so how do I cancel? Okay, there it is. Yes, and bye.